Dear students, in my previous video I have taught you civil administration. With reference to the civil administration, I have taught you central government. In central government, four important officers name I have taught you. First one Purohita, second one Senani, and Sanidhata Samaharta. And many other superintendent I have taught you. In this video, I will focus on provincial government. So, dear students, there were 5 provinces. 4 provinces existed when Chandragupta Maurya and his son Bidusar was there. But when Asoka became, that time, total provinces were there 5, because one Kalinga added by Asoka I have taught in previous video also. Asoka made alternation only the center and not in the provincial government during the grandfather's time. There were 4 provinces, and after the addition Kalinga Asoka, in the Asoka time there were 4 provinces. And it is very necessary to know the capital name of all provinces. First one Magad, Patliputra capital. Second one Gandhar. Gandhar means we can say that northwestern part, like we can say that Pakistani area will be also concluded. And area Arakosia, Jedosia, Periperisadai, I have taught you that Seleucus given as a bribe. Helena, the daughter of Seleucus, got married with Chandragupta Maurya. This story I have told you. And Avanti, eastern province, Ujjain, and southern provinces, Sarvadgiri, and last one Kalinga, added by Asoka. The capital was Tosli. So head of the province was called Kumar or Aryaputra. Kumar and Aryaputra were basically belongs to family, is a royal family. Only the princes were appointed to the position. Just I have told you, during Asoka time, the Kumar were assisted by the governor Mahamatra. According to some rocks and pillar digits of the Asoka, beside the Mahamatra, other officers took part in the administration. There were 3. Pradeshika collected taxes, Rajuka performed the function modern Tahsildar or revenue officer, and Yukta were treasurer. So 3 officers I would like to mention here: Pradeshika, Rajuka, and Yukta. 3 officers were there. So these important points I have taught you regarding provincial administration. And dear students, you know that each and every province, district administration will be there, city administration will be there, because each and every state, many districts will be there and many cities will be there. So with reference to the provincial administration, I will focus on this. In district administration, the provinces were divided into the districts called Janpada, and their administrations was took after by the Pradeshika, Rajuka, and Yukta, 3 officers. So these provincial administration, and after that cities administration. Important cities, the capital of provinces were given earlier, had their own administration system. The head of the city was called Nagaradhyaksh. According to the Megasthenes, the administration of the Patliputra, the capital of the city of Mauryan Empire, was looked after by the committee of 30 members. And Nagar Palika also today you are familiar. So little bit of that type of features we can see here in Mauryan administration in town area. And I am not giving information. Who is giving information? Megasthenes, and he was eyewitness account primary source. So very very important topic. Now next point I would like to teach you that revenue means how revenue will be collected. So that point I will teach. The land revenue was chief source of income in the Mauryan Empire. Land revenue, it was 1/6 to 1/4 of the produce. For irrigated land, the tax was slightly more. Two kinds of taxes, namely Bali and Bhaga, are mentioned in edicts of Asoka. Bali and Bhaga, two kind of taxes had been mentioned. I'll define also which one, which is Bali, which is Bhag. Bhaga was levied on agriculture, produce and cattle at the rate of 1/6, and Bali was religious tribute. So Bhaga and Bali clear. Now some other taxes were also there. Toll tax was imposed on articles which were brought for sale. Taxes were levied on the liquor shops, gambling houses, some professionals. Some taxes were collected from the forest and mines. From the revenue collected, the state provided various facilities like road, irrigation, hospitals and met other expenses of the state. Today also government is collecting tax, and by that tax government it providing welfare facility for the common people. I think my words are very much familiar regarding this. So same system we can see in modern administration. And why I am telling this, because you should understand that which standard we are maintaining today and modern had maintained in that century. So that is very important. One try to understand the well developed, well systematic administrative system developed by Moran. So credit goes to those intellectuals, means Chandragupta Maurya, Bindusar, Asoka and his Mantri Parishad. So next point is there. Next two more points are there. I will conclude in this lesson. Then I will teach you other points. The Sipai system, spy system, not Sipai, sorry, not Sipai, spy. Spy system. Chandragupta Maurya had a wide network of spies in the empire. There were spies against spies. And on important matters, then one agent was asked to collect information. The king was always kept informed on the working of the bureaucracy. And now last point, military administration. Chandragupta Maurya maintained a huge army consisting of infantry, cavalry, elephant and chariots. According to the Roman writer Pliny is very important writer, and according to the Pliny, the Mauryan army consisted 6 lakh infantry, 30,000 cavalry means horses, and 9,000 war elephants. According to other sources, the Mauryan maintained 8,000 chariots. The chief weapons were bow and arrow, shield, sword. The king was commander-in-chief, just I have taught you, of the army. The whole army was under the military commission of the 30 member. The Mauryan also had well led, means their recruitment system was very well systematic. The soldiers were paid salary in cash. Try to understand, main point is salary. Soldiers paid salary in cash. The Mauryan king had built fort at strategic places for safety and security of the empire. So these are important points regarding provincial administration and spy system and military administration. So these are important points regarding Mauryan administration. And dear students, next day I will teach you next topic regarding Mauryan Empire also, because 2 more video required. Then I will complete this chapter, because small videos I am making, that students will be very comfortable, and if very large video will be there, so it will take more time and student will face problem. If small video will be there, so easily they can see. So there are four officers I have taught you, again going to repeat. Central administration, first one Purohit, Pujari, second one Senani, Sannidhata, Samaharta. And in provincial, okay, Mahamatra, governor, and Kumar. And one more I have taught you, that 3 more I have taught you: Pradeshika, Rajuka and Yukta. Dear student, only this much, and next day I'll come with another video. Thank you.